Hi guys, it's Luton here, and today we're going to be talking about some Battlefield 4 specializations. Now, Dyson EA have made a long blog post talking about multiple new aspects, and I'm going to be going into some more detail with those with both Matimi0 and Daskro on a round table today discussing about the new elements, new information in the game. But first of all, what I wanted to do was to bring you guys a sort of small breakdown talking about the specializations, and the specializations are a very important aspect of Battlefield 4. Now, I'm going to read through the first part of it and then we'll get down into the sort of meat of it. So it starts off, we have greatly increased the number of unique specializations available in the game from Battlefield 3.7 to over 25 in Battlefield 4. It's a conscious design decision to allow for greater variety in any kit's Battlefield role. And it says that below is a list of full specializations that will be available in Battlefield 4. Note that we are still in alpha stage, so all names, designs and fine-tuning are subject to change. This will give you an idea about the type and variety of specializations in the game. Some of these are universal, some of them are tied to one of the specific playable soldier types, and most of them are new to Battlefield 4. So what are we talking about here? Well, what this really is illustrating to is about the field upgrades in Battlefield 4. Now, the field upgrades is the new system, and the way that it works is that instead of picking an individual specialization for yourself or a squad specialization, where we ended up getting it stacked in Battlefield 3, the way it will work now is that you pick a field upgrade tree, okay? And there's a couple of universal and there's a couple of class specific ones. Now, currently the universals are offensive, defensive, and then you have you're going to have two specializations, two specialization trees within each class. So that's going to be a total of 8 over all the classes, alright? So basically assault, offense, defense, and then your 2, and then similarly with the other classes. Now, an illustration of some of the specializations you may have are, for example, the engineer. They're going to have an anti-tank, anti-vehicle specialization, and then they're going to have a vehicle repair kind of support specialization. So it allows you to kind of tailor down and be more specific about the role that you want to play within the class that you're playing. So let's just get into the specializations and we'll just run through them a little bit, okay? So we've got the standard sprint ammo, C4 explosives, cover, suppression, flak, grenades, alright? The stock stuff that we've had before. Then we get into some of the new things. Rockets is going to increase your maximum inventory of AT tank and AA anti-air ammos. Mines increase your maximum inventory of AT mines or the M2 Slam. That's a new type of mine, kind of light armor mine. Stealth. Now this is a bit of an interesting one. Stealth, the player is undetected by motion sensors except when sprinting. Now I think that may be cause for concern and celebration for some players there. The fact that you will have the ability to ghost unless you start sprinting. So in terms of infiltrating positions and moving around players to flank them, this could be a big factor. Hold your breath increases the time you can steady your scope. Fast repair increases speed and sabotage of repairs. Defib upgrade increases the charge up speed of the defibs. Now that's probably going to be an assault specialization. Again, people are going to be happy about that. I'm not so sure. People thought they had balanced back the defibs. All of a sudden we see a specialization. But again, remember, this isn't just stock. Once you equip that, it's not like it's just there. You have to earn it as a squad. And that's what's so important now about the team play, squad play aspect. 40mm grenades, as you'd expect, more grenades, increases the time your targets are spotted for advanced spot. Medkit upgrade increases the maximum deployed medic bags and packs. Motion sensor upgrade increases the maximum inventory of motion sensors, increases the range of your tugs and MAV. More deployed explosives increases your maximum deployed explosives. Ammo bag upgrade increases maximum deployed ammo boxes and packs. Armor reduces incoming damage to the chest. Now that's going to be a slightly controversial one perhaps. Again, we can discuss that a little bit more. We discuss that in the roundtable a little bit more. Quick unspot reduces the time that you're spotted, obviously a counter to the upgraded spot there. There's a couple of these vehicle ones here, medical, supply and repair. All of these ones, basically when a vehicle is occupied, it will either heal up, resupply or repair nearby friendlies. Reduced fall increases obviously the height you can fall without damage. Quick regen decreases your time out of combat before you can start to heal. MP APS upgrade, longer uptime on your MP APS. Indirect fire upgrade increases the maximum M224 ammo, increases maximum XM25 magazine, that's basically a grenadier specialization, and claymores increases the maximum inventory of claymores. So what they've tried to do here is they've tried to make it so that you as a soldier are being more specialized. Now, to begin with, when I first heard some things about Battlefield 4, I was a little bit concerned, and I'm still mildly concerned. But now that you sort of get into it and discuss and think a little bit more about how it's actually going to work, it's actually not such a worry, because it very much looks like what they're trying to do is they're not trying to make it so that you're like a jack of all trades. What they're trying to make it is that you have the flexibility to choose the equipment that you want to then be the specific role that you want to play. So in many ways, what we're seeing is kind of a refined, more specialized version of each class. Okay, because the field upgrades, the perks, the specializations that you pick will specifically relate to the role you want to play. Do you want to be a support player for vehicles? So maybe you're a gunner and you have increased repair ability, so you can jump out, get those repairs done real fast and then get back in there. So you're taking a specific role there as the gunner. Or are you being an anti-tank? Are you being a defender in a base? You take specific anti-tank so that you're more effective in that role. So basically the way it's working is, yeah, sure, you can take these kind of more rounded options that make you maybe a little bit of a better player overall, so that you can go to certain places, do certain things, you move around, maybe a bit of an assault, etc, etc. But you can also take these really refined specializations that really make you a much more effective force in the role that you want to play. So if you want to be a long range sniper, there's going to be options for things like that. Do you want to play the suppression role of the support player, or do you want to be a kind of more on the go support player? You take a carbine or something like that so that you can stay with your squad. You don't have to worry about the liability of having a huge clunky LMG that doesn't really work in the sort of the gunplay aspect that you want to. So you can be more effective like that. And again, that comes back to the squads and how they are going to function as well. The fact that we now have the 5-man squads and the sort of the integration and specialization that you're going to be able to have there as well. So I don't feel as worried as I originally did, thinking about the way that these things are going to refine down now. I think there's still some question marks, there's still some things that need to be sort of answered, and we're probably going to see a bit more of that as the game goes along. Obviously we've got the beta coming up and all of these other things. But this is a really good starting point, and it's a really great thing that they posted this and gave so much information at this point in the game. I'm very pleased. I think other people will be pleased that they did this. But as I say, a bit of a question mark over some of the specializations there. But the key important thing to remember is that these are gained by teamwork, okay? You only will get the best specializations, alright, like for example the regen and so on. You will only get the best specialization aspect unlocked by playing together as a coherent squad and team. If you don't work together, if you don't keep each other up and you don't make an effective contribution, then it's really not going to benefit you. You're not going to be able to unlock those aspects, and that's the key. So they really are pushing the teamwork here. Now, it's in the players' hands whether they actually respond to that and they actually take up that challenge of being a better, more coherent team and really working together to get the maximum benefit from what they can. But it's going to be interesting to see how much of a benefit these things have and how much, you know, difference it makes in the game to have an effective squad working with these things. Basically, I think the way it's going to work is it makes the stronger stronger and the weaker, they're going to suffer for it. But that's all the more reason to train up, get a good squad, play hard, and, you know, really push for the win. As always, guys, really interested to hear what you think about this. How are these specializations going to play out? Are they going to be too powerful? Are they putting the wrong kind of sway and the aspect on things? Is it going to affect things in a negative way? Is it going to affect things in a positive way? Do you think it's going to really be received well by the community and the player base? Let me know below, guys. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, as always, drop it a like, and I'll see you next time for some more Battlefield 4.